E.J. Jr. is waiting for him and makes the stop. They'll have to punt. .148 to go in the third quarter. Beagles on to punt to Schwades. Had a good night. The prospective father-to-be tonight or tomorrow morning is when we expect the baby. Returnable kick. Schwades ducks the first man. Across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. A return of 8 after a line drive punt of 34. Time running out in the third quarter. It is still a 3-point. Philadelphia clinging to a 13-10 lead in this game. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern, two of the most tradition-rich college basketball programs meet in Chapel Hill. Kentucky against North Carolina. Rick Pitino will come in to face Dean Smith.
There's Mark Clayton. Should be back, they figure, after the Seattle game for the last 2 games. And believe me, he has been sorely missed. Tony Martin's got his chance to play, but they really need Mark Clayton for the stretch drives.
He can't wait, neither can Dan Marino. Wants to throw on first down. White after it. Throws sideline complete, and that's Martin on a comebacker. Ben Smith on the stop. Martin spent last year on the Dolphins developmental squad. That's how much experience he has. This year is it.
That's all you got. There he does a good job pushing up, looks inside for the ball, sees Dan in trouble. Now this is a good reaction. See how he works back towards the quarterback. A lot of receivers sometimes stand around. He worked back, gave him a throwing lane.
Marino now over the 200-yard mark on 13 out of 25. Over the middle, complete again down to the 32-yard line. The tackle made by Eric Allen on Martin, a gain of 12. Well, the Dolphin offensive line, you know Marino has the quick release, but they've done a nice job tonight.
They really have. Jeff Ulenik, the center, look at that, number 63. They do a nice job on him. He just gets position and slides him. He's letting Reggie go where he wants and is just steering him. That whole offensive line really giving Marino an opportunity to stand back there with confidence.
They have sacked Marino only once, but more importantly than that, they have not pressured him a great deal. That time to throw. Smith broke a tackle inside the 30. Seth Joyner made sure he didn't break the next one along with Jesse Small.
Clyde Simmons had a shot at him and just couldn't wrap him up.
Good hard running by Sammy Smith tonight. That's the end of the third quarter from Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami. It's the Eagles by 3. Quarter, we talked at the beginning of the telecast. The Dolphins wanted to prove they could play with a physical team. Well, Philadelphia is as physical as anybody, and they've proved they can play with it.
They really have. They've done an excellent job, particularly on defense. What they've managed to do is shut down that Eagle running game, and they've been able to run the football when they want to on offense.
2nd and 7, Miami. Blitz. Marino unloads, incomplete. Stratford couldn't hold it, and Wes Hopkins drilled him. Well, Hopkins was a Pro Bowler, consensus All-Pro before his knee injuries cost him nearly 2 full years.
And the reason why Dan Marino doesn't get sacked very much is, yes, his offensive line does a good job, but he reads it so well and gets rid of the football so quickly. Now, that's something that I haven't seen the Eagles do a lot tonight. That's bring linebackers and put additional rushes on Marino. I think now they'll start to turn the heat up a little bit and bring a few extra people at him.
3rd and 7, where Marino has only been 2 out of 6 passing tonight. Another blitz, and throws almost intercepted by Eric Allen. Allen with only 1 interception this year, led the NFC a year ago. He had 8, nearly picked off his 2nd there. William Frizzell was coming on the blitz.
But it's the 2nd time they came with multiples of people. There comes Frizzell off the corner. Now he's coming out clean. Ulenik is supposed to check the middle and then come out and try and pick it up. You're asking an awful lot from a center to check somebody in the middle of the field and get all the way out 4 people and make a block.
And the Dolphins will punt A field goal try would be 47 yards, well within Stoyanovic's range, but it's against the wind, and Roby kicks it sky high. There's a flag down on the play. Ball hits at the 1, and the Dolphins will be able to stop it inside the 10. Let's check out the flag.
Now this one could be against Byron Evans on Jim Jensen trying to get down the field. That was going to go against the Eagles.
See if it was before the kick.
When they split the wingmen out, Buddy has so much confidence in his linebackers that he puts them out to try and stop the people from getting down.
Holding, number 26 receiving team, post-possession foul, first down.
It's Ben Smith, and they say it came after the punt, so they will not give the Dolphins another opportunity. Smith is hot about it, too, talking to Kenny Jackson over there.
Kenny Jackson from South River High School in South River, New Jersey.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, it does. They brought him back. Buddy didn't expect to lose him when the Plan B went down to Houston, but now he's come back, and he is their inspirational leader. And by that I mean he's a guy who can communicate with the players, and he's a very close confidant of Randall Cunningham's. Everybody's got to have somebody they can talk to.
He said, basically, my job to be with Randall. They start inside the 5. Sanders didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. T.J. Turner was right there to make the big hit. Tomorrow's headlines brought to you by Levi's Dockers. The Giants clinched the NFC East title, and Otis Anderson, one of 8 backs to go over 10,000 yards. The Bills also lock up a playoff. They look dominating today. Chuck Noll got his 200th victory. The Oilers were awesome against the sinking Cleveland Browns. The Redskins in a great game against the Bears. And the Chiefs had to rally to get back. The Broncos have lost 9 of 10. Give them a gain of yard on the last play, 2nd and 9. Sanders on the sweep. Just tripped up, dives forward to the 10. Offerdahl got a hand out there, and he was pinned by Lewis Oliver.
He's 5.
Boy, and you just know what Rich Kotite's going to call. He's going to call some, I do anyway, I believe it. He's going to call some type of a pass. And what he's going to do is say, okay, Randall, if somebody isn't open, pick up the 5 yards.
A lot of pressure on Sanders. Byers has the bad knee, and Sherman has back spasm. 3rd and 5. Over the middle, Jackson. First down at the 27-yard line. Odom made the tackle, but it's a gain of 17.
Cunningham looking for Jackson all the way on this crossing pattern. They run the tight end across one side, run a back out of the backfield the other way. You'll see him cross in front. Spots Jackson, stands tall. Keith Jackson with those great hands picks up the first down.
John Offerdahl on the Miami defense should get a game ball. He's already made 12 tackles against the Eagles. Cunningham with plenty of time. Jackson again, the diving catch near the 45. Jackson held out. It was a protracted, bitter holdout with owner Norman Brayman. And he says when he becomes a free agent, if somebody offers him as much money as the Eagles do, he's out of here.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to have a choice. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand his viewpoint, but there are rules that just don't quite allow that. And, coming back in, he only felt comfortable after the 8th game of the season, which was the New England game.
And he said specifically he was coming back only to save Buddy Ryan's job. Sanders, big hole off the right side. Offerdahl and Oliver combine on the stop. Sanders was released by San Diego after he signed as a Plan B free agent. Was not signed by the Eagles until October 25th.
Keith Byers does so many things. Little bluff block, and he turns out on Tim McKyer, who really has been silent. McKyer has said he's like Michael Jordan. He plays at another level. And tonight, he's become just a normal NBA star.
2nd and a yard. 11:20 to go in the game. Sanders will try to get the first down. Had to get just to the 45-yard line. And he's very close. And they'll measure for it.
Buddy's telling him it's a first down. What are you guys measuring this for? I know it's a first down. See, no reason to measure. I know it's a first down. Ask Buddy if he's ever right. He's yet. All time. Coach Ryan, I will. You like to play for a guy like that because there's no question where you stand. I mean, he looks you in the eye, he tells you you're lousy, and he believes it. And if you don't get better, you're gone. That's all there is to it.
His players are absolutely dedicated to him. It's some other people around the league may not like him, but his players absolutely love him.
From what I understand, Mr. Brayman and his agent have had dinner just as recently as last night to discuss Buddy's future.
Cunningham will use a timeout with 10:34 to go in the game to go over and talk to Buddy Ryan. 10 minutes, 34 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles lead by 3. They have the ball at the Miami 45-yard line. They've held it on this drive for more than 4 minutes. Fires. Flea flicker. Cunningham unloads. Williams. Touchdown. A 95-yard drive capped by a 45-yard touchdown pass, and the blazing speed of Calvin Williams got him behind Tim McKyer.
That's why Buddy Ryan has those two guys out there. Barnett and Williams can just flat run. That time they run Byers on the trap up the middle, pitches it back to Randall, and he just hangs a rope out.
Mike Quick, who had been such a great receiver for this club, eligible to come off injured reserve, and Buddy says, hey, Calvin Williams and Fred Barnett are going to be my starters.
Where's he going to put them?
Ruzek for the point after. He converts. And give credit to the offensive coaches. The way they had been shoving it down Miami's throat on this drive, that was an excellent call.
Well, that's the thing you got to be conscious of. That sets up any type of play-action pass. If you can run the football, it opens up so many opportunities for you. Here's a little fake draw. Hands the ball to Byers. Now Cunningham. Byers checks the line to see if he's going to get tackled. He doesn't. You see McKyer take off and run towards Williams, and he just can't keep up with him. Calvin Williams, perfectly thrown ball, and Tim McKyer just couldn't get back. Well, that's a tough thing to do. Runs all the way across the field and then just flat turns on the jet. McKyer can run, but he can't catch up to Williams. Little smile, Randall. That's one of those, I'll bet you that's one of those little wrinkles that Coach Kotite put in. You know, you get the right situation inside in between the 40s. You say, this is where we want to try something a little unique.
Randall Cunningham has thrown 26 touchdown passes this year. That is a career high. 13 out of 20 tonight, 2 touchdowns and an interception.
But the amazing thing is in the last 11 games, he has thrown only 5 interceptions and 23 touchdown passes. 24, excuse me, touchdown passes.
It's been amazing.
He's got my vote for MVP.
You and a lot of others. And this one will go out of bounds, and the Dolphins will get the ball at the 35-yard line. Not a bad drive. 95 yards. Took them 4:15 in 7 plays. They ate a lot of time off the clock. And more importantly, they scored to get the lead up to 10. And now Marino is going to have to go to work down by 2 scores.
Tim McKyer has brought an awful lot to this Dolphin football team. He said, you know, we've got the talent. What we need is the right attitude. And he has certainly contributed to it a lot. And by no stretch of the imagination, I mean, are the Dolphins where they want to be? They're continuing to get better. They made tremendous strides from